For this headband tutorial, you need headband this type. There are two types of the sizes. So this is the bigger one, and then this is the smaller one. So depending on how big you want your headband to be, then you go for one of each of these, but I'll prefer this one. You need a thread of the same color as the fabric that you are going to use. My fabric, this is 1 yard satin. I'm using satin for this video. You can use any fabric, you can use Ankara, any fabric at all. I have my scissors and my measuring tape. So for those of you who do not have sewing machine, you can use thread and needle, just that it takes a lot of time sewing it. But if you don't have a sewing machine, that's fine, you can use thread and needle. But if you have a sewing machine, you just roll this in the machine and you are good to go. So to begin, I'm going to measure my fabric. This is a 1 yard fabric actually, but it cuts not the 1 yard size, it's a little bit longer. So like from here to here, and yeah, the camera cannot show you the full length of this fabric. So now it's folded in half. I'm just going to measure about 7 inches. So I'm gonna place it here to here, and as I said, it all depends on how big you want your fluffy band to be. So for instance, I want mine to be a little bit high, so when I fold this into two, this is the size I'm going to get on the band. That's the fluffy side, this is the size. If you want it a little bit smaller, you can just go, we are going to fold it into two, so don't worry about the length. If you want it short like this from here to here, that's about 5 inches. So depending on how big you want your band to be, you just do it like that. I'm just going to mark here. So I'm going to use my eyebrow pencil to mark this here because I don't have fabric chalk. And I'm just going to do a small line here. I don't know if you can see that, tiny as that. And then I'm going to measure the same dot at the other end as well. So that I get a straight line like that. That is okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this all the way to the end, and I'll be back. So after cutting, this is what I have. It's very long. So you are going to fold it like this. This is what I was talking about, that depending on how big you want your fluffiness to be. So this is it. If you want your band to be flat, or you are using a heavy fabric, I'll advise that before you start sewing this end, make sure that you iron it to make your work neat. This fabric is very light. The moment I put iron on it, it's going to be really flat, and I don't want that. So I'm not going to put flat iron on it. I'm just going to sew around this side and all the way here, and then I'll leave a space here that I can flip. Okay, so by sewing, I'm going to sew the back side and then turn it inward. So this is the inner side, that's the shiny part, and then the matte part is the back. So I'm just going to sew this, but before I do that, we are going to cut another fabric that we are going to use to wrap around the headband. And with that one as well, you have to measure. So with this one, it doesn't have to be too big, so let's say about 3 inches, because you fold it into two like this. So that's the size, about 3 inches. So I'm just going to measure that. Let me see. No, 2 inches is too small, so 3 inches is perfect. Like this. So once I'm done cutting, I'll go ahead to sew this side and that side, and when I come back, we'll continue the rest of the tutorial.